Okay, manual instruction. Let's go. Yes, more food. We are getting there, Fo. We are slowly getting there. Do you have an A+ in writing? No, you don't. So you're gonna have to learn a bit more writing. Alright. 30, flying. Linhard. Caspar. Bernie. We don't have Gilbert motivated by any chance, do we? No, of course not. That would have been too easy. And Petra, best girl, let's go. Good job. Group tasks. Yeah, who actually... Ash and Annette is actually a very good choice. Let's go with that. You don't need writing anymore. You can just focus on authority because that's gonna take you forever to learn. This is fine. This is fine. Please go... Faith and authority, thank you. Authority and writing. Yeah, she's fine. And everybody else should be okay. Let's check on Gilbert. Gilbert can go for heavy armor and authority. Begin training, let's go.
I have a question for you, Professor.
I'd love to read them somehow, but I don't know where to start. Do you have any ideas? I have no idea.
I do believe...
Oh, cool, I got the right choice. Nice. Switch from bow and riding to bow and riding. Yeah, sure. We can do that. Oh god, who do we get? Gilbert. Let's go.
Dear Goddess, please allow His Majesty to rest in peace. Who is it? Oh, Professor. What brings you here at this hour? The hour is late, Professor. You should be resting in preparation for the day to come. I was offering my prayers to the Goddess. It is all that I can do now. I told you I was in service of the royal family, yes? When I was only a young soldier, the king saw fit to make a knight of me. I was given the great honor of guiding and protecting the royal family. It was similar to your own work. I was a teacher of sorts. I instructed both King Lambert and Prince Dimitri in the arts of combat, tactics, and academia. I also did all in my power to keep them safe. Until that day, I was unable to fulfill my duty. I was powerless. Yes. When I received word of the attack, it was already too late. His Majesty was dead, along with many knights and soldiers. If only I had made it to Duscur more quickly. It is my fault that His Highness Dimitri has become the way he is now.
And there we have it. This is why Gilbert left Fargus and became a Knight of Seros, and why he no longer wants contact with his family, because he does really blame himself for everything that has gone wrong, just because he couldn't save Lambert back then.
After that, I abandoned my wife and child and fled my homeland. I turned my back on everything I swore to protect. My sins are countless. I will bear the weight of my guilt for as long as I live. Apologizing to my daughter and wife, devoting myself to His Highness. That is the way to atonement. And yet, even if I am granted the forgiveness of those who still live, praying is all I can do to atone to those who are with us no more. Long ago, there was someone who told me something quite similar. Forgive me. This will not do. As I grow older, I find myself talking endlessly about the past. But it is too late for such things now. I have finished my prayers. We should return.
Oh, Gilbert. Don't worry, you'll get there. Dorothea. Okay, let's go.
This may seem a bit sudden, but I want to thank you, Professor. That is, for letting me live my life the way I want. I've noticed you've been giving me fewer of those soul-revealing gazes lately. I appreciate you making an effort to not trouble yourself over who I spend my time with. If you say so. But I notice you doing it all the same. It's kind of sweet in its own way. Professor, may I tell you a story about when I was younger? I was an orphan, living in the back alleys of Enbar, until one day I was overheard singing. That was when my new life began. I was suddenly a songstress in the Middle Franc Opera Company. Performers, nobility. I met so many people. But none of them ever really knew me. I was just some young, pretty girl who could sing. A spectacle to be admired. Even though everyone praised my looks and my voice, and they showered me with gifts, I knew one day I'd be old. My looks would fade, my voice would change. I wouldn't sound the same. And I started to wonder, when I did get old, what would I have left? I'd be old, alone, and back on the streets of the capital, right where I'd started.
Or you could get an education and become a professor like Manuela, or you could use your magic and your healing to work in the army or to work in healing people. Like, Dorothea, you had options, and many of them did not involve marriage.
You can never be certain about what the future will bring. I never had much to begin with in life, and I worry that one day I'll be that way again. That's why I keep searching for someone who
I know, right?
Someone unaware of the songstress, who can love a girl that used to be scared and alone on the streets of the capital. I wonder if such a strange person can even exist.
His name is Ferdinand. We already paired you guys up. There we go. Oh, somebody has a birthday. Who? Ignatz! Let's go! My man! Lavender.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm not very discerning, but I do love this kind of tea.
You're very welcome. Let's
You
go.
have my thanks. What a lovely fragrance. All right.
Monastery Mysteries.
I get it. All right.
Gifts you'd like to receive.
All right. Yes.
And our first meeting?
All right.
Awesome.
With you and all the friends I've made, I'm glad I came here. I get it.
Ta-da!
Thank you for the delicious tea. I'd be happy to join you again whenever you like.
Well, is it really a spoiler if Dorothea already had her A support with Ferdinand?
For the two of us?
So, yeah.
This should...
Let's go.
I'll do my best.
Now is the...
One step. Persevere. I'll try to put...
Nice. Let's go. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Oh, we completed the trade secrets quest, which means we can get a new one. Perfect. I like it. Explore. I have to remember. I really, really have to remember to buy Master Seals. Because, oof. Oh, we got that quest at last. Nice. This will unlock the Dark Merchant. So fun fact, the Dark Merchant sells a bunch of tea that you cannot get everywhere, that you cannot get anywhere else. And all of Hubert's preferred teas are teas that are only sold by the Dark Merchant. Crimson Flower has its last exploration day in chapter 17. You get this quest in chapter 16. Which means you will never be able to give Hubert his preferred tea until the last level of the entire route. It is so ridiculous. Trying to farm his charm with teas is just brutal.
If we can suppress this Murden, we can invade into the Empire, right? I was in the Empire. Now I will be an enemy. I am having strange feelings. It is with ease that an ally turns into an enemy.
It's okay, Petra. Off to Abyss. Let's go. Yeah, that is just very strange and very weird, but I remembered from my time when I did a non-hypocritical Crimson Flower playthrough, and the only people I could use were Casper, Dorothea, Petra, and Hubert. And man, just trying to get this guy's charm farmed with tea parties was a pain in the ass.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. Some kingdom noble called Rodrigue has been footing the bill to feed the people of Garreg Mach, feeding the hungry with his own gold. Just wow! Even the folks down here have been getting a share of the provisions. Needless to say, this Rodrigue guy is popular these days. We're all very grateful.
We stan a legend. Bless you, Rodrigue. You are amazing.
Oh. Not sure what brought people back up above, but I'm glad for it. The dining hall, the greenhouse, they're all ripe for the picking again. I mean, for them. Good for them.
Uh-huh. I'm keeping my eye on you.
I hurt my leg in the last battle. Had to take shelter down here. Nowhere else to go. Be careful up there. All sides are bringing their strongest people to this fight.
I used to be a brigand like you, but then I took an arrow to the knee.
Professor, invading the Empire at last, are we? I cannot still the wild palpitations in my chest. I have made myself ready to the extent that I could, but now that the day draws near, I fear that to proceed will be to abandon all hope of restoring the Imperial House of Nouvelle.
Well, maybe
However, if we succeed in defeating the Empire and rebuilding the kingdom, I may yet achieve my dream.
I was going to say, you just go from the Imperial House Nouvelle to the Royal House Nouvelle. That sounds just as good, right?
Claude's gonna fight the good fight with us. Not a bad ally to have, that one. Something about him is untrustworthy. But from what I hear, he's a man who keeps his promises. Sort of. We're both Alliance nobility, and we've crossed paths a handful of times these past 5 years. I honestly have no clue what will happen after we cross the bridge.
I don't think anybody does. Oh, who's up here?
I heard the kingdom fell. If that's true, why are there kingdom soldiers right above us? Do you know what's going on? That's so. Sounds like a good business opportunity. Thanks for the tip. Time to rake in some gold.
Okay, you have fun. Guys, seriously?
That
sorcerer who runs the kingdom capital. Cornelia's her name, yeah? The woman who kidnapped me was called that too. But it's probably just a
No,
coincidence.
it's not.
Super common name. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a Cornelia, right?
What kind of metaphor is that? But it is actually the same person.
Yeah. Would have thought that House Row would show up. They must have been sweating blood to get to Ayla from way out there. Guess it's been a while since I left House Row, so it doesn't bother me much to have to fight them. Kinda always knew I'd be the one to take that stubborn old donkey out. I've been ready for this.
You haven't taken out anybody, Yuri. Shut up. Alright, let's go. Back to the surface. Got a bunch more people to talk to. And we'll see what Gilbert wants for his supply run and if we can get it.
Professor.
Hi, Petra.
Lord Rodrigue seems reliable, but even with his help, aren't we still a little short-handed? We can probably make it to the Great Bridge of Murden, but beyond that, I don't know. Don't let Dimitri push you too much, Professor. It'll shorten your life for sure.
Aw, she's so concerned over us. I like it.
Well, Lord Gwendol was pretty tough. If only he'd been on our side, he would have been a great ally. But it was Lord Gwendol himself who made the decision to throw his lot in with the Empire alongside his liege. I will neither pity him nor mourn for him. It would be an insult to his honor
As one.
to follow the path of justice as long as life endures. That is the duty of a Knight of Farkas.
That's one way of looking at it. What do I get for this bow tournament? A silver bow plus. Yeah, fuck you. Don't want that. If you had said a master seal, I might have thought about it, but you know.
No.
Because master seals are actually something that we need. Hey, Rodrigue, how's it going?
Even after all these decades, the Academy hasn't changed a bit. I remember it well, even now. I used to sneak out of lectures with Lambert almost every day. I suppose this is not the time for an old man's nostalgia. We have received approval from House Regan. We should set out as soon as you're ready.
So, Dimitri got his studiousness from his mom, is what you're saying. Okay.
Being here brings back all manner of memories. The days I spent studying here with you and everyone else. Those days were so special to me. They were truly some of the warmest days of my life. I hold them dear in my heart. And now, to be forced to fight with those I was once so close to, my friends, it is most
The
saddening.
only one we'll have to fight is Lawrence, and he's gonna join us when we're done, so don't worry, Flame. It's gonna be okay.
Lady Rhea must be so scared. We gotta find her quick as we can. We got reinforcements from the kingdom people now, right? Then we ought to be able to go save her.
She's been waiting for 5 years. She can wait a bit longer, honestly. Like 4 more months are not gonna kill her. I thought it's gonna be a bit more than 4 months. I think it's like 6 months, something like that. We have a few chapters left to go. Not nearly as many as I would like for some of these supports, but we do have more chapters left to go. Anybody up here? No. Alright, back down we go. Nothing new in here.
The battle at ALL was a tactical marvel. You grow stronger with each passing day. Where does your talent end and your crest's power begin? Are they one and the same, I wonder?
I divine pulsed like 5 times in the first round. I don't think that's a technical marvel.
Most intriguing. Yet it is quite difficult to draw useful conclusions given the situation. It is quite unfortunate I did not achieve my research goals before the war broke out. So much unknown. Now, I fear I will not have those answers even by conflict's end. So very frustrating.
It's okay, you'll get there.
Professor? Oh, hello there, Professor. Did you need something from me? It doesn't look like you're wounded or anything. You just looking for someone to talk to? I thought so. Well, I'm here for you. Making you feel better is my top priority. Whether it's physical pain or worries of the heart, you can come to me for anything, Professor.
Yeah, given your drinking habits, I would not trust Manuela to not blabber out my secrets. So she's probably the last person I would talk to, honestly.
Since I'm originally from the Empire, it seems no one trusts me with any important tasks. Fine by me. Honestly, I bet they're watching my every move to make sure I can be trusted. I knew it. War makes people crazy, huh?
Well, that's one way to look at it, Linhard. I'm glad you're not taking it personally. But yeah, makes sense that the Empire students would be regarded with a bit more suspicion than the rest.
We're going to invade the Empire, which means we'll be fighting people we know, won't we? If we're attacked by someone we know or used to think of as a friend, is it permitted to run away?
The fuck? You are in an army, Dorothea, no.
Makes sense. A commander running away would be terrible for morale.
You stay on the front lines, ma'am. What kind of... But we need better drill sergeants. This ain't working out.
So, the renowned Shield of Fargus is now on our side. That is quite reassuring. Not only will he provide valuable support in battle, but he has also brought us much-needed supplies. We cannot grow complacent, however. We must take the Imperial capital as soon as possible.
Next, we face the Great Bridge of Murden. We actually crossed it a long time ago. Do you remember? It was 5 whole years ago.
And standing next to her is Setef, who is literally more than 1,000 years old and who's probably be like, oh, you sweet summer child. You think 5 years is long? Oh.
It seems like so long ago, doesn't it? It's odd how fast time flies. Everyone was still friends then. After the fighting, we all ate together without splitting into our separate houses. I often wish we could go back to those peaceful days.
Yeah, that ain't happening anytime soon. Yeah, Setef is like, I've had naps that lasted longer than this war.
Gwendol made the ultimate sacrifice in service of House Row. I understand that feeling. I'd do anything for Lady Rhea. I'm surprised. I didn't peg you as the kind of person to say that sort of thing. At any rate, it's up to the individual how to demonstrate loyalty.
The Aramid River separates the Empire and Alliance. It's the largest river in Fodlan. Sometimes it'll flood when there's lots of rain, but at least the land gets some extra water.
Oh my god. Please don't ever let this man go into agriculture.
Maybe.
I had an encounter with Lord Gwendol. How many years ago was it? Back before the Academy,
I met this girl who I fell madly in love with, and her dad tried to kill me. I suppose he just tried to scare me, but I was sure I was gonna die. Oh yeah, her dad? Lord Gwendol. Crazy, right? I never thought I'd seriously be trying to kill the guy in battle. I kind of don't know how to make sense of it.
Well, on the bright side, now you can flirt with the daughter again. And you won't have to worry about her dad coming over to try and kill you. So, you know. But yeah, that's the event from his support with Ingrid. From I think it was his C support with Ingrid. And Ingrid's C support with Yuri, if I remember correctly. Alright. Let me in! Let me in!
House Fraldarius is a military house. They swore fealty to the royal family at the kingdom's founding. The current family head, Lord Rodrigue, was raised like a brother to the former king. He harbors a loyalty that goes beyond mere duty. Perhaps this is why he was willing to lend us his aid.
There's a bit more to it than that, but yes, that's true as well.
I have a request.
We just gave you chickpeas last week. We don't have any left, Gilbert.
I have
well,
a request.
That just means that in true fashion, we have hit a supply run quest that we cannot answer. This happens every single time I play Azure Moon, so I am not surprised. I'm still a little mad.
The Great Bridge of Myrden isn't just a bridge. It has the features of a fortress. I believe it was built for military purposes by the first leader of the Adrestian Empire. In other words, it's even older than the monastery. So if we occupy the Great Bridge, we'll have to search it from top to bottom.
That means I might have to adjust my gardening plans. I'm gonna look it up. Can I resign? I don't like fighting. Well, you should not have joined the army then. You're in this until the war is over. Pull yourself together, ma'am. I'm gonna have to look it up when we have the next long conversation, because I do actually have a calculator for the gardening results, so we might be able to get 2 chickpeas relatively easily while still going through stat boosters. I just need to check what I actually need to plant, and that's gonna take a bit of research, like 2 minutes. I have to improve my riding skills before the next battle. Any suggestions for where to begin? I want people to see me on horseback and say, oh my god, he reigns supreme. Oh, bless you and your puns, Alois. Alright. Dimitri, let's see.
If you stand in my way, I will strike you down.
Okay, sentences are getting longer. We're not just getting growled at. That's good. We're getting there. Baby steps, Dimitri, baby steps.
Need something?
Magic and Dex.
This
Let's
one?
go.
You're out. See you again soon.
Nothing over here. Or over here. Alright.
So, listen.
It's already the year's end. Oh right, because you're going by the lunar calendar. And it is March now? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Maybe.
Hello, Mom and Dad. How's it going? I'm still alive. The ghosts are still walking the halls.
A moment.
Fun times.
Professor! We were raised by Lord Rodrigue himself to be the elite of the elite. Even if our enemy is the Empire's vast army, we can overcome the difference in numbers. The one thing that could prove to be a problem is if our food and supplies don't hold up. If we attack the Imperial capital before the Kingdom capital, we'll have to be swift if we want to prevail.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing about Fargus. It's pretty barren, so they don't have much food and much supplies, which makes the fact that Rodrigue is sharing so much of the supplies with Garrick Mark and with the Abyss even more important.
Just like House Fraldarius, House Galatea is currently being invaded by the dukedom. My family is not as wealthy as most others, so we are incapable of sparing resources or reinforcements. I'm sorry. It's just so frustrating not being able to do anything to help.
Yeah, and that's the reason why House Galatea hasn't sent much aid.
My adoptive father is planning on supporting the Regan family in the upcoming operation. He says it's the perfect opportunity to get both the Alliance and the Kingdom on his side. He even insisted that I promote the good name of House Edmund to the people of the Kingdom. He'll see right through me if I lie, so I can't ignore the request. But I suppose I did just tell you, so that must count for something.
Yeah. It's one way to look at it.
Right.
But yeah, her dad is a bit of a social climber, so... Or, well, not her dad, her adoptive father. Because her biological father is dead. Alright.
That reminds me.
You escaped from the Empire. Well, thanks for being here. Alright, let's go by the stables. What do we have here? Ferdinand.
Here's an idea. What used to be Ire territory lies far to the east of the Great Bridge of Myrddin, downstream of the Aramid River. For the sake of my family, I wish we could invade the Empire from there. But I do not have the power to advocate for that. Strategically, Myrddin is more important. Thank you, Professor. I will not give in. Not until I have restored my noble pride.
On the north side of the Great Bridge of Myrddin lies the territory of Acheron of the Alliance, and to the south, the Empire's Burgleys territory. Count Burgleys has held the position of Minister of Military Affairs for the Empire ever since the days of Emperor Ionius. The current Emperor seems to have brought the corrupt nobility to heel, but Count Burgleys looks to be an exception.
Yeah, and that's because she actually needs Count Burgleys to be on her side. So he's the only one who gets to be corrupt because he's in charge of the military.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Lord Rodrigue is revered by all as the Shield of Fargus. I was imagining a more stern-faced fellow, but he's actually quite friendly. Shocking. I heard that he recently spent the night drinking in the dining hall with soldiers from the church.
Yeah, he's a very sociable feller.
What? Leaving the house in my uncle's hands? What is the old man thinking? I always knew my father was mad, but this time he's gone too far. Easy for you to say. You hardly know the man. Only a fool would abandon his own territory.
So yeah, and that's another thing about Felix. He is genuinely worried about the state of his territory.
Okay.
About the state of Fraldarius' territory. If we had picked the other option, he would have told us that he does actually think his uncle is very reliable. He just still thinks it's a very stupid idea for the ruler of the house to abandon the house like that, to abandon the territory like this.
From the outset, House Regan and House Gloucester have been fighting over leadership of the Alliance. Then this war comes along, and their opinions are split about whether to ally with the Empire or not. Their existing enmity only worsened, leading them to full-on conflict with one another.
However, the leader of the Alliance is a very shrewd man. It's difficult to predict what he'll do at this point.
So, house
Oh,
still.
whoops.
We can't let our guard. If we advance, I just hope.
Let's try that again.
So, House Regan accepted. I knew the leader of the Alliance wouldn't refuse. Still, we can't let our guard down. There's no telling when he'll turn on us. If we advance through the Alliance into the Empire, our chances for reconnaissance will be limited. I just hope it goes according to plan.
Yeah, no worries. Claude is not gonna betray us. It's gonna be fine.